Hey guys, it's Paul from Ashen Phoenix. It is New Comic Book Day for December 30th. 2020's done. It's our last one of the year. You can start right now. This episode brought to you by the Comic Book Store, 30 North Main Street, Glassboro, New Jersey, 08028. Come buy some comics. Or some D&D. Or other stuff. But mainly comics.
Hey guys, it's Tim from Caves and Scowls, and it's the last video of the year. We did it. Except we do this every week, so nothing really changes for us. But hey, it's the last video of the year. We did it, Paul. How do you feel?
Not bad.
Not bad. I'll take it. So I'm going to talk about the trades right now. We got a new release of Bridgman's Complete Guide to Drawing from Life. If you're not familiar with Bridgman and you draw, read these. They're amazing. Really useful books. And then we've got the Smithsonian Airplane Coloring Book. Color some airplanes, people. I really don't know how else to sell that book. Firefly, Volume 1. This is... Did you read this? You read this, right?
I think you read the first issue.
Yeah, and you dug it. It's Greg Pak. Greg Pak, great. He's really great. We have Bad Reception by Wando. I love Wando and his art and his sticking to, like, 3 colors a lot of the time. Like this green, red, yellow. Some people don't like it. I love it. I think it's great. I love it on Dark Arc. I love it on this. Cool book, though. Perspective in Action. This is another drawing book. I don't know nothing about it, but I thumbed through it, and it definitely tackles perspective very well. I know that's a thing artists usually have some issues with when they're starting out, so definitely check that out. I've got 2 of these new little golden books. We got Star Wars and Loki. I did that backwards. We Star Wars and Loki. My daughter loves these books, so... Your daughter will love them too. That's how that works, right? We have Spider-Man Noir. Did we read this?
I don't think we did.
We didn't read this. Yeah, I don't know anything about it. I'm not going to pretend. And then finally, we're ending with X Factor. This is Volume 1. Does this tie into House of X? No.
Yes.
Yes?
Dawn of X, yes.
Dawn of X.
We reviewed the first couple issues.
You did.
Yes.
Because I like my X Factor with Madrox.
Yes.
Sorry. But it's true. And now we have the previews. I've only got the big book. I didn't get my Marvel previews. I'm sure that's my fault. So, Paul, say when.
Stop.
I've got drawings of Vampirella versus Purgatory. You always stop on Dynamite. You notice that?
We do a lot of Vampirella.
It's because they're... Yeah, well, we love Vampirella, but let me tell you something. Bonus thing. On the back cover, you got Invincible action figures that are coming out, along with the cartoon, which will be on Amazon, and it'll be amazing, because the book's amazing. This... Early in Invincible, there is a part where Omni-Man and Invincible have a catch. Just a father-son catch. This comes with replacement hands so they can have a catch. I want these so badly. If you haven't read Invincible, my God, get on it. Before all the cool things that happen in it get spoiled for you because people watch a cartoon, read the book. It's so good.
All right, first up, we have King in Black, Iron Man, and Doctor Doom, issue number 1. Don't buy this book. It's terrible. There is literally no reason for this book at all. They're just not. Iron Man battles Santa Claus, who has been nullified. There's no other reason to buy this book at all. I mean, if you like just pointless books, if you have $5 or $4 that you just have left over and you don't even then. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Marvel has to stop this shit.
All right, first up for me, I have Wolverine number 8, which is technically the 350th Wolverine issue, and it's okay. It's covering a lot, and I enjoyed so I read the first Wolverine issue and a little bit past that. I positively reviewed the first issue. This one's still not bad, but it's kind of like you're getting a bunch of small stories thrown into one. Probably works better if you've been reading it, which I was not. So as far as diving in, I wasn't super thrilled, but the book's fine. Basically, you have Wolverine confronting Omega Red. They're discussing some things that have happened, including what happened with the Dracula character. You have Beast trying to send him undercover. And you have Maverick. Who knew Maverick was still around? Maverick's a thing, people. So if you've been enjoying this book, it should be more of the same. So check it out.
Next up, we have Ghost Rider, The Return of Vengeance. This is full of 1992 goodness. It's basically the best way to describe this. If you were a fan of books in the 90s and you saw that just crazy, manic violence, it's kind of what this book is. Vengeance is a character from the 90s. He was one of the Ghost Riders who ended up becoming just more violent and really took the spirit of vengeance so much that he just became Vengeance. This is him getting back out of hell, and I don't know what this is. I think it's a mini. I think it's a 5 or 6 issue mini. But, I mean, if you like 90s gratuity, you're going to love this. If not, I mean, it's worth the fly. It's worth the chance to check it out. But, I mean, like, don't look for anything crazy deep on this book. This is just glitzy 90s violence and craziness. So if that's up your alley, go for it.
All right, time for my second book, and I dove back into Mirka Andolfo's Unsacred. This is the second volume, I believe. This is from Ablaze. If Mirka Andolfo sounds familiar, it's because we're always talking about her stuff here. She did Mercy, which Paul loved and read like the whole thing, and he gushes over, and you love it.
Yeah.
Loves it. And I could see why. I read this a couple times, and I love this. This is kind of like, has a sitcom-y feel, where you have an angel and a devil that are married, they're together, they have a child together. The angel's kind of by the books usually, the devil's usually super horny and evil, and it makes for some interesting moments. This one, they are trying to discover a secret treasure that was left behind by the angel's father. I enjoy this book. It's a lot of fun. I know it's not going to be for everybody, just based on the fact that it's an angel and a devil palling around, but it's a pretty good book. It's got some silliness, it's got some sexiness, it's just got a good mix of things. So if that sounds like something you need in your life, check this out. The art's always fun. There's a lot of people that worked on this book. Like, a lot of people. I'm not going to name them all. There's a lot. And Steve Orlando showed up. I don't know what localization means, but he did it. Good job, Steve. That's it.
My pick of the week is Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 55. This is the end of supposedly the end of the Last Remains arc. I haven't been catching up to Spider-Man, but basically, to give you a rundown of what this is, we finally figured out who this character that was introduced way back in issue number 1 of this story. I'm not going to say who he is, but he's a character that we all know who he was and is now Kindred. And everybody knows who Kindred is now. He's someone from Peter's past and is now killing Spider-Man and bringing him back to life to torture him for all the times that this character has kind of died in the comic books. It's a really interesting story. It's really interesting. All of these Spider-Man characters, all the ancillary other spider people have all been defeated by Kindred, and it is now Peter basically begging for his life, and the only person that can kind of fix this is MJ. And does it happen? We don't know. I'm not going to tell you what happens to it, but this is a good book. Nick Spencer has done an amazing job with this series. It has always been fantastic. It's great to get a new character and get the kind of prominence and actual menace and malice that a character like this deserves. He's done a very good job of building this character up from the very beginning, and the payoff is pretty damn good. So if you haven't been reading Spider-Man, this is definitely not where you should pop in, but definitely grab the other Last Remains issues and bring yourself up. And yeah, it's definitely worth it.
All right, it's time for my pick of the week. Paul, what is it?
I actually kind of know what this is.
You kind of know what it is. Good job. I smartened you up.
No, just because you said I'm going to read this, and we only had like 5 other books that we
That's
could have
right.
read. So
I did
it
claim
it was a thing.
I did claim this one. This is Taarna from Heavy Metal Magazine, just comic format. If you're not familiar with Taarna, Taarna is the main character of the 80s heavy metal anime cartoon, and it's awesome. And this book is fantastic, and you are following just a basic adventure of hers. Kind of gives you an idea of the character if you've never seen that show and you're not familiar with it, because it is a little weird back in the day. It's a little weird. John Candy was in it randomly. Some of it's very violent, some of it's overtly sexy, so I can understand if you missed out on Heavy Metal. Heavy Metal 2000, not quite as good, in my opinion. But this is pretty good. Follows her as she tries to save a dying planet. That's about all I'm going to tell you about that. What I do want to really praise, though, everything was pretty good. Everything, the writing, the art. I like the writing, kind of the inner monologue that's going on. But Jessica Colleen, I'm going to guess, her colors are so incredibly good. This is some of the best coloring I've ever seen in a comic. So there's no way this wasn't going to be my pick of the week off that alone. The colors are great. Please check it out. Please just skim through it. This book is fun. If you like the old show, you will love this. There's no reason you wouldn't. Please check it out. Please read something different, people. Yeah. That's it. The book's great. Please read it. Alright guys, it's the end of the video. Thank you for watching the videos. Thank you if you comment below, or you say hello, or you share it. Appreciate all of that. That's about it. I hope everybody had a good holiday season, and they have a good new year coming up. Be safe. Party responsibly. But make sure you party, because it's fun. And life needs to be fun.
It does.
It does. You don't get too many. You don't know how many tomorrows you got. There's no finite number, so please enjoy yourselves responsibly and be excellent to each other. Bill and Ted was right. There you go.